What movie fucked you straight in your feelings? Fox and the Hound. We'll always be friends forever, won't we? Yeah, forever. Quote, A Beautiful Mind. My grandpa was schizophrenic and I never understood it until I watched this movie. Edit. Thank you for not only my first award, but all of these awards. The Iron Giant, You Stay, I Go. The Land Before Time always got me when I was young. Fuck Sharptooth. My Girl Honeybee. Tokyo Story. A black and white, slow-moving, Japanese movie from 1953. Consistently rated as one of the best movies ever made. But you know critics. So I watched it. It was slow-moving, a bit boring. And then the grandma asks her grandson if he's going to become a doctor like his father when he's older. The kid is too busy playing to pay attention to his grandma. At which point the grandma says, I wonder if I'll still be alive by the time you become a doctor. Grandma and Grandpa seem really happy, but she lets it slip he used to get very drunk and be abusive. He starts drinking again when they visit their children. The children are too busy taking care of their children to properly care for their parents. So the grandparents are also heartbroken about that. Although they keep smiling, the only one who cares for the grandparents is the widow of their middle son, who died during the war. At one point the grandmother says to the widow of her son, you may be happy while you're still young, but as you become older, you'll find it lonely. To which the woman who's been taking care of the grandparents replies, I won't get that old, so don't worry, smiling politely all the way through, even though she's hurting so badly. I spent much of that movie crying. Such a depressingly honest view on what life is often like. Tragic. Honestly, it hit me harder than Grave of the Fireflies or Come and See. Stand By Me. Stephen King's stories always hit home for me. Brings me back to when I was a kid and everything was an adventure with your best friends forever. Turns out, forever isn't really that long. Steel Magnolia's damn graveyard scene gives me the ugly cries every time. The never-ending story. They look like such strong hands, don't they? Kids movie, my ass. Dear Zachary. The Iron Giant. Superman. As his eyes slowly close. Big Hero 6. My older cousin passed away a couple months before and I lost it cause I felt like a younger brother. About Time. Towards the end of the film always hits a little too deep. Meet the Robinsons. Gets me every time. I've always wanted to adopt, but we just don't have $30,000 to buy a kid. Those kids just need love. Man, I got that to give. Edit. Thanks for the awards. It's my first also. I just want to clear up a few things. I did look into fostering before adopting, but the hubby wasn't as on board with it as I was. Mainly because he didn't want to get attached to a kid and then have them ripped away. Which I get. It takes a strong person to be able to go through something like that. And I did look into adopting local older kids. I didn't want to adopt a baby. Everyone always goes for the babies. I wanted an older child. And I was told I needed to have close to $30,000 to adopt. I don't know why I was given that number, but that's what it was. I am currently pregnant with my second and I would still love to adopt. I am hoping once the kids are a little older, we can find a way to do this. I love children and would adopt everyone if I could, but I don't think I will ever have a HIUs big enough for all those children. Big Fish. I can't not cry in those final scenes. Good Will Hunting deals with a lot of issues that many people have and always hits hard. SLC Punk. Bob, you fucking poser. Quote, Coco. Started crying midway through the movie. Finished the movie and cried for an hour after while FaceTiming my boyfriend. Blue Valentine. For some reason that movie felt very real to me and I straight bawled my eyes out for the last 10 minutes. WALL-E. My toddler is developing empathy. When Eve was frantically pushing WALL-E's buttons, she turns to me with a quivering lip and says, "What's happening, Mama?" And that made me lose it.